toes together, knees as wide apart as you can. And we are going to reach those arms forward. We're going to start with the elbows on the mat, forehead to the floor if you can. We want to incorporate the abs to keep the back nice and straight. Taking a nice couple good deep breaths. Now pressing into the mat, you're lifting up the elbows, shoulders pressed towards the ears. Pressing those palms in. Breathing in, lifting it to tabletop. Inhale, arching the back, looking up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. 2 more. Exhale. Bringing it to tabletop. We're going to walk the palms out that little bit more. Forehead to the floor. Elbows lifted. Puppy pose. Just opening up the shoulders. And then when you feel it, maybe the nose comes to the mat, maybe the chin. Whether you can go deeper or not, you want to take your time. Elbows come down, and then maybe the chest comes to the mat. And we'll hold this for 2 more breaths. Now options here, you can tuck in the toes and lift the knees off the ground. And if not, you're going to stay with the knees down. Take 2 more breaths. Pushing into the mat, you're going to walk your palms back to tabletop, rounding the spine, and then neutral. Tucking in the toes, let's lift the knees and coming to plank position. Now we'll do a lot more things with the abs in future classes, but we just want to start engaging them, pressing the floor away from us, engaging those abs. See, I'm not engaging my glutes, but as soon as I engage my glutes, I make a nice strong plank, and then we lift the hips to downward facing dog. So we'll be doing a lot more planks throughout the class, but here we just want to add any movements, waking up the sides of the hips, the backs of the legs, pressing your right heel to the mat, and then pressing your left, alternating. And then coming into the center. We're going to bend those knees deep and then straighten. Looking under the left elbow and then under the right. Bring it forward to plank. Bending the knees and then downward facing dog. Bending the elbows and then lifting. Let's do that again. Forward to plank. Bend the knees, downward facing dog, elbows bent, straighten, plank. 1 more time. Bend the knees, Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Tap the elbows down. Lift. And then let's look forward now. We'll walk to the front of our mats. Feet hip distance. Pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. Grabbing the elbows. And a gentle sway from left to right. And then bending those knees deep, we're going to interlace the hands behind your back. Now, if you cannot, you use that strap. But if you can, you're going to extend them off the body, straighten the legs, and press the hands back. We're going to bend our right knee, bringing that right elbow to it. And then changing sides. Breathing in. And exhale. One more breath. We hold that there. Inhale. And then exhale, releasing the hands. Walking the feet together. We bend the knees. Inhale. Lifting it to chair pose. Lifting those heels up to engage the legs, fire up the legs, engage the glutes, bring the hips down. We're going to pulse it down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze those knees together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down. Walk it back to plank. Inhale, lift that right arm. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, place it down. Knees, chest, chin. I'm not strong enough yet, but if you can do full plank, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, let's bring it down. Now I want to do a little bit more with that cobra. Arms out in a T shape. You're going to lift that right leg once, twice, 4. You can keep your chest lifted like me or forehead to the ground. I like to lift. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, and this one we hold. Holding it up, little pulses. Engaging that glutes. And then we bend that knee. And we bring that heel over. So I'm stretching this left arm. This right arm, you can just, because that left arm is straight, if you want to keep that right arm bent, like so, you want to continue to press into that right leg because you're activating the right glute, the right thigh, opening up that right hip. You can also reach behind you to open up that right shoulder. Make sure it's not rolled forward. You want to roll it back, touching the ground. If you want, you can try to grab that right foot with that left hand. There we go. And just hold that there. Trying to eventually bring the knees together. Mine's far apart. That's okay. Or the legs together. Let's hold that there. You want to rotate that hip inwards. 1 more breath. And then you can let go, but I'm going to hold onto this right foot. And then lift my leg. Try to reach a little bit further down. Inhale, lift once more. Lift the chest. And then exhale, squeeze that heel in. Release. Shake those hips. Left to right. Other side. Right arm stays. Now you're going to see my tushy. Oh yes. We are lifting. So just stretching that left hip and the front of the left leg twice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Little pulses. And then bend, and we roll over. Activating this left foot, activating the glutes. Maybe reaching around, bringing that left hand to the mat. Take your time. Maybe one side's a little bit harder than the other. So maybe, like the other side, you want to reach and grab. Trying to bring this left knee down a little bit to stretch the outside of the leg. One more breath, breathe in. And then exhale. We're going to roll onto our belly. Remember, you can let go. And then inhale. If you've let go, you can do baby cobra again. Squeeze that heel in. And then kick into the hand once more. Lifting that leg higher. And then exhale, release. Shake the hips left to right. Now, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to lift it into baby cobra as high as you can. And then we're going to lift those hands and extend them forward. Pull them back in once, twice, 3 times, and then hold them up there. We're going to pulse it up. 2 more. 1, 2, and hold that there. Exhale, release down. Hands once more underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lifting it into half baby cobra. And then straightening the arms a little bit, keeping them bent and squeezed into the body. Looking over that right shoulder, bending that right knee, and then straightening. Looking over the left, bending that left knee, and straightening. Hips to heels. Forehead, head back to the mat. Inhale, lifting yourself up. Let's go to Sphinx pose. You're going to stretch the front of the legs a little bit more. So reaching for that right foot, kicking into that right hand, looking forward. And we're going to keep the thigh on the ground just by kicking into the hand, looking forward. So you're kicking in. The difference is lifting, no, kicking in. And then we're going to squeeze that heel in. I'm just trying to reach my toes to the crease of my arm, my elbow. Exhale, release. Other side, left leg, kicking in. Keeping the height, the lift here. 2 more breaths. And then squeezing that left heel in. And then exhale, release back down. Tucking in the toes, lift with the abdominals to downward facing dog. Inhale, 2 more breaths. And then we'll walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing into the heels, arms up. Exhale, hands to your chest. Now let's pick up the speed. We've worked the spine a little bit, the front of the body. Let's inhale, big breath in. And do a back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Walk it back to plank. Breathe in. Chaturanga. We're facing down. Lifting up that right leg. We're going to bend that left knee, then straighten. Inhale, look forward. Swoop that right foot in between the palms. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, low lunge. This time we'll hold this here and do a little back bend, reaching back, pressing the hips forward. And then palms down. We're going to straighten this front leg once more, crossing that left hand over, looking over that right shoulder. And then center. Bend that right knee, tuck in the left toes. Plank, chaturanga. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bend that right knee, straighten. And then swoop that left foot in between the palms. Low lunge. Hands down, straighten that left leg and fold. Really feeling that stretch through the hamstring and calf. And then bend that front knee up again. We're going to this time do a little back bend. And then palms down. Straighten and cross that right arm over. Looking over that left shoulder. Coming back to the center. Bend, tuck in, plank. Now, we are going to tap our shoulders, left with the right hand, right with the left hand. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees just chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, let's walk to a yogi squat. Making sure you're pressing into the outside of the feet, lifting up with the arches. This will help that bum reach closer to the mat without you feeling your top plane forward. One more breath, breathe in. Exhale, straighten. Walk those toes back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Pressing into the heels, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to your center. Let's do that again. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down. Walk back to plank. Let's make our way down. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the foot forward. This time, high lunge. Bend that back knee. Push the hips and chest back. Stacking over that knee. And then straighten. Arms up. We are going to keep that front knee bent. Bringing the weight forward, like we're charging forward with the head. And then arms up. Arms by your side with energy. Spreading those fingers. And then arms up. One more time, we're going to then lift up that back leg. Inhale, pushing through that right foot to lift up that left knee. Hug, woo! And see, we always bounce. It always happens. All right, so the main thing is, once you've lost your balance, you want to focus. Find something unmoving, your drishti, to grab hold of with the eyes. Remember to engage that leg you're holding in. Hold that there for 2 more breaths. And then exhale, back to your high lunge. Exhale, palms down, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Another breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Lifting up that left leg. Let's bring it forward, high lunge. Bending that back leg, just stack the bones. Head, shoulders over the hips. And then we straighten. Now we're going to bring it forward. Arms to your side. Inhale, arms high. Inhale. Pressing into both feet. Arms up. Last one. We are going to now lift up that back leg. Whoop. Fingertips to the ground if you're losing balance. As I said, I just got over COVID, so my legs are a bit shaky. The whole reason I'm doing this is to get stronger. So my fingertips are light, no weight, just balance. And then let's try to push into that left leg. Hands can go to the hip and one to the knee. Find that drishti, that unmoving gaze. Focal point. One more breath, breathe in, let go, and go to your high lunge. Whew. And then palms down, plank. Knees just chin. Inhale. Let's try upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, yogi squat once more. Yogi squat just helps lubricate those knees, hips. Keeping them young. Let's hold that there. Think long neck. And then straighten the legs. Walk those toes together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Palms up. Exhale, hands to your chest. We're going to sit it down in chair pose, Utkatasana. Some call it awkward pose. Some of you it isn't awkward, but for me this is one of those awkward poses. It helps to strengthen the glute muscles and also your core. Bringing balance to it. Let's hold that there for 2 more breaths. Sitting a little bit lower, pulling those knees back, squeezing the glute. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down, walk it back to plank. knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to lift up that right leg, bring it forward, warrior one. What I want to see is that right hip come back. If you need to, walk that left foot in a little bit so you can bring that left hip forward. Nice big deep breath. We straighten, interlacing the palms, extending the arms down, and we fold towards our leg. Releasing the hands. We're going to keep that right hip back and then lift up that right arm in the air. And bring that right arm down, and we're going to cartwheel it to a warrior two. You want to bring that right hip back so that the hips are pointed towards that 10, 11 o'clock. Bring that right arm up and over. And then exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side. Back to your warrior two. We're going to change warrior twos to the other side. Doing the same thing. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale. Warrior two. Straightening that left leg. Triangle. Stacking the shoulders on top of one another. Bend that left knee. Then bring that right palm down. Swivel your right ankle up towards the ceiling. We're going to straighten, then bend, straighten, and bend. One more. And hold that there, bringing your forearms to the ground. Use a block if you need. Tuck in the back toes if you want. Lifting up that back leg. Coming back to your palms and then swiveling your body over so that now that right foot is the front leg. This time we are going to bring that left knee down, reach up and over behind us with that right hand, bend that left leg, and you're going to squeeze it in. So if you find you're doing this, just kick into the hand so that your heel's farther away from the buttocks, because as your leg opens up, you can start bringing it closer and closer, but you want to press the hips down, most important, before that heel comes close. One more breath, rotating that right shoulder, exhale, release, right palm down, plank, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, inhale, cobra, or upward, lifting to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bring it into a warrior one. Making sure that right hip comes forward. Nice big deep breaths. Let's straighten, interlacing the palms, Maybe each time you do this, it gets a little bit easier. The hands come a little bit further away from your body. Pressing into both feet here equally. One more breath. Exhale. We release the hands. Right palm stays down, left palm lifts. Exhale. Let's bring that right palm down and we come into our warrior two. Lifting, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Reverse, extended side angle. One more time. Extended side angle. And then warrior two. We are going to change sides. Turning that palm up. And then extend. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Warrior two. Straighten. You want to tilt or reach and go into your triangle pose. Focusing on stretching this hip and this hamstring. Stacking the shoulders. Bending that right knee, reaching for the ground. You see I'm not putting any weight. I'm still using my legs. Rotating my body, rotating my left heel. Placing both palms on the mat. Dropping to that left knee. This could be where you stay. But if you want, you can come a little bit deeper. You can also use a block. If you want to tuck in those left toes, lifting up that left leg, pushing into those elbows. Let's bring it back to the palms. And we are going to walk our palms over to the other side. Dropping that right knee down, right palm stays. And we twist, bending. Again, you see, I do lift my hips to get my right ankle, but then I push my hips down. Rotating that left shoulder back. And then we release. Placing that left palm down, bring it back to plank, and then lift the hips to downward facing dog. Bringing that right knee forward, pigeon, to stretch the glute muscle, the hip, the side of the right leg, and it helps to relax the nervous system. You see my hip is lifted, that's okay. As we stay in this pose, I tuck in my left foot, press my left heel back, hold, and drop that knee down, and then untuck, holding that there, and then continuing on as my body allows. I'm just going to lift my torso. We want to keep pressing down with the hips, but stretching the front of the body. Lifting, pressing the chin up. And then looking forward. Now, my body is not welcoming it, but if you want to do mermaid, now is the time. I am preparing for mermaid, which we'll do maybe next time or as the feature pose. But yeah, let's do it. I'm going to bend my left knee, reach behind me and grab. I'm going to start by kicking into the hand, which helps to bring my hips down, activating that left hip as well, and then squeeze my heel in. Holding that there. Pressing my left hip down to lengthen that left quad. Let's kick into the hand one more time and then squeeze that heel in. I'm going to exhale, release. Now we are all going to bring it down. So once you're finished with mermaid, meet us down, and you'll see there's a lot more further your body allows you to go. So you can walk that left leg back as much as you can. Maybe without the use of the hands, your hands by your side. One more breath, breathe in. Exhale, let's lift it up, tucking in the toes. Let's lift it downward facing dog. March it out. Get rid of any kinks. Let's do the other side. Bringing that left knee forward. Now this is where my tightest side. So we're going to bring it down. If you feel like this is where you're at, always, gauge your body. We should feel uncomfortable but not in pain. There's quite a bit of difference between that. So I'm bringing my forehead to the mat. And maybe finding more space to walk that right leg back. Now hands underneath you, lifting your chest up. We are now going to reach behind us with that right. So find out if you are leaning like everyone tends to. Oh, I brought my left hip to the ground. That's what I should do. No. If that means your right hip is pointing out like mine is, you want that left hip to lift so that that right hip can come down. And then we kick into the hand, or you do your mermaid, and then pull that heel in. Keep that right hip pointed down. As you get more flexible, your chest lifts. And then to remind yourself to bring that right hip down. See how it comes down there as I kick in. Keeping it down as much as I can. I squeeze that right heel in. And then release. Now, bringing myself back down, tucking in those right toes and walking my right foot further away from me. Maybe without the use of the hands. And then gently lifting yourself up. Let's look up towards the ceiling. And then forward. We swing our leg around and we just come to a seated pose. Now, half lotus is easy for me because that's how I've always sat, so my body's used to it. If that's not easy for you, then just place your foot there. Refrain from trying to cross the legs. like so. You just want to bring that right foot in front or the left, whichever is more comfy. So we're just going to close the class off with a couple nice big deep breaths, rolling the shoulders, letting it be an exaggerated movement up towards the ears, then squeeze them behind you down and relax. One more. And then sit up straight. Twisting to the left, using that right hand. You want the shoulders parallel to each other, front and back, and then center. Inhale, lengthen as if someone's pulling you by the hair up towards the ceiling, then twist. And then exhale, center. Tilting the head to one side. Center, rotating to the other. Center, chin to chest, round the back. Inhale, arch the back, pressing the chin up. And then exhale, center. So, thank you for joining me. This is just the first class, was to get me moving since I just finished with COVID. It's got me sweating and a little weak. So, I'm just trying to get my strength back, get my flexibility back. So if you want to keep following me for tips and tricks on how I get deeper, I have lots of little trickies that I like to use with my clients to help gain flexibility. Sometimes just a little subtle movement will change your poses and get that flexibility to the max. So thank you again for following me. My name is Gena, and I'll see you again. Bye!